Sarah at a coffee counter, eyes wide, voice trembling as she says, "I'd like some kitchen, please." The waiter stares. A giant text appears. "Kitchen." Sarah's voice narrates over the flashback.
Yeah.
That actually happened. Cut to the present, Sarah standing outside a cozy cafe, holding her phone tightly, her heart pounding. "Okay," she whispers. "Deep breath. You can do this. It's just ordering food alone in English. How hard can that be, right?" She looks through the cafe window. Inside, people are chatting casually in English. Her hands shake a little. "Oh my gosh," she mutters, half laughing, half terrified. "They make it look so easy." Then she turns to the camera and grins nervously. "So here's the deal. Today, I'm facing one of my biggest fears, ordering food alone in English." "No, Google Translate." "No, best friend whispering say this." "Just me, my accent, and my anxiety." She takes a breath and laughs at herself. "And before you say, 'Come on, Sarah, that's easy,' let me remind you, I once said kitchen instead of chicken in public." She sighs dramatically. That was not my best moment, but today's different," she says, straightening up. "No running away, no excuses. I'm going to speak English, even if I sound like a confused GPS voice." She smiles, gaining confidence, because that's the only way to get better. She looks directly at the audience, and "You're coming with me. So grab your coffee, sit down, and let's survive this together." She lowers her voice and adds playfully, "But there's a twist." Her tone becomes suspenseful. I can only use the English phrases I practiced this morning, if I forget one. She pauses, widening her eyes. "I have to start over from the beginning." She gasps. "What did I sign up for?" Then she laughs, shaking her head. "All right, before I go in, let's warm up together. Let's practice some real cafe English, okay?" She takes a deep breath, switching to a friendly teaching tone. "Repeat after me. Hi, can I have a coffee, please?" She pauses, as if waiting for the viewer to repeat. "Nice. Now, I'd like a sandwich, please." Another pause. "To go," or "for here." And then, "For here, please." She smiles proudly. "See? Easy. You sound great already." Don't worry about sounding perfect. Just sound real. Even if your accent isn't perfect, people care more about your smile than your grammar. Then, whispering playfully, she adds, "But what if I forget all of this the second I walk in?" Her eyes widen in mock horror. "Spoiler, I probably will." She giggles and straightens her shoulders. "Okay, it's time." English challenge begins. Now, the cafe door opens. Warm jazz plays in the background. The room glows with soft light. Sarah walks to the counter, breathing deeply. "Hi, what can I get for you today?" says the barista cheerfully. Sarah freezes. "Okay," she whispers to herself. "This is it. My big moment." She smiles nervously. Say the line. "Sarah, you got this." She opens her mouth. Hello, I can have coffee, you please. Silence. The barista blinks. Sarah blinks back. Time freezes. The barista says kindly, you mean, can I have a coffee, please? Sarah bursts into nervous laughter. Yes, that one. I said something else, didn't I? The barista chuckles. Just a little. But your English is good. Sarah covers her face, laughing. Okay, first mistake of the day. I said coffee, you instead of coffee. Please. That's what nerves do to you. She turns to the camera and whispers like she's sharing a secret. Araito mini desu. When you order something, you start with asterisk K9 plus the thing you want. Like this? She gestures to the audience. Can I have a coffee, please? Can I have a sandwich, please? She nods proudly. Perfect. You're doing great? And me, I'm getting my coffee. I think. She turns back to the barista, smiling. One coffee, please. Sure. What size? The barista asks. Sarah's face goes blank. Oh no, she whispers. I didn't practice that part. Her mind races. Small, big, medium. She blurts out. The barista laughs kindly. You mean medium? Sarah exhales in relief. Yes, medium. Please. Thank you. She turns to the camera again, laughing. Okay? Note to self. Learn coffee sizes before the next challenge. Then she holds up her cup, smiling softly. You know what? The world didn't end. I made mistakes and nobody laughed at me. They helped me. That's what learning English in real life feels like. A little awkward, a little funny, but every mistake is progress. She takes a small sip of coffee, looking proud. So, what do you think happens when I try to order food next? Her eyes widen dramatically. Hint, it's worse. Sarah sat at a small table with her coffee, staring out the window. The sunlight touched her face, and for a moment, she felt proud and relieved. She whispered to herself, okay, I did it. I ordered coffee. I didn't die. I didn't run away. I survived. She took another sip and smiled, finally relaxing. But then she looked at the menu board behind the counter, and instantly her peace vanished. The board was full of English words that looked simple and scary at the same time. Tuna melt, turkey club, Caesar salad, chicken wrap. Her eyes landed on the word chicken. Easy, right? Everyone knows chicken. She even practiced it that morning. Chicken, she said softly. C-H-I, C-K-E-N. Then she frowned. Wait, not kitchen. Chicken, chicken, not kitchen. She repeated the two words under her breath, tapping the table like a drumbeat. Chicken, kitchen, chicken, kitchen. She sighed. Okay, I got it. Totally fine. She stood up and walked to the counter, pretending to be confident. Inside, she was panicking. Just don't say kitchen. Please, brain, not Today. The barista looked up with a kind smile. Hi again. You ready to order some food? Sarah smiled back. Yes. I'd like one kitchen wrap, please. There was silence. The barista blinked, then blinked again. Do you mean chicken wrap? Sarah's eyes widened. Her cheeks turned red. Oh, no. I said kitchen again, didn't I? The barista nodded politely, trying not to laugh. Yeah, but don't worry, it's cute. Sarafurozu, kyuchi, she repeated in disbelief, then laughed nervously. Well, I guess I just invented a new dish. Kitchen wrap. It's full of soap and regrets. The barista giggled, and the people around smiled too. No one was mean. No one laughed at her in a bad way. They were just amused, and that made her feel a little better. She grabbed her coffee and turned slightly toward the camera, speaking softly, almost like she was talking to a friend. Okay, let's fix this together. She held up her finger like a teacher, but her tone was playful. Chicken, your tongue touches the top of your mouth. Cheese, can you say it with me? She waited a moment, imagining her viewers repeating. Good. Now, kitchen, totally different sound. She smiled again, tilting her head. See the difference. One has food. The other has dirty dishes. She laughed at her own joke, shaking her head. And for some reason, I keep ordering the wrong one. She turned back to the barista. Okay, yes, chicken wrap, please. Sure, the barista said, cheerful as ever. Do you want it to go or for here? Sarah froze again. Her eyes darted around. She whispered. What was that phrase again? She tried to remember her morning practice. To go or for here. Her face lit up. For here, please, she said proudly, almost shouting. The barista smiled. Perfect. Finished. The smell of toasted bread filled the air, and the sound of soft jazz made the cafe feel like a safe little world. The barista brought her chicken wrap to the table with a smile. Here you go, she said kindly. Sarah smiled back. Thank you. Then, as soon as the barista walked away, she whispered to herself, okay, not kitchen. I did it. Chicken wrap? Perfect. She grinned proudly. See? Progress. She unwrapped the sandwich, took a bite, and for a moment, everything was peaceful. It's actually really good, she said with her mouth half full. Victory tastes like mayonnaise. But just as she started to enjoy her meal, she heard another customer ordering at the counter. The words hit her ears like bullets of fast English. Can I get a Caesar salad? No croutons. Extra dressing on the side, please. Sarah froze mid-bite. Wait, what did she just say? Asterisk, no croutons. Dressing on the side? Asterisk, the word sounded like one long sound wave. Her mind started racing. How can people talk so fast? I only understood salad. That's it. She looked at the camera, wide-eyed. Do you also feel that when you understand one word out of 10? She laughed awkwardly. Yeah. Welcome to my brain right now. Determined to understand. She leaned closer, pretending to tie her shoe just to listen again to the next person ordering. Hi, can I have a tuna sandwich? please, and a small latte to go. Sarah repeated softly under her breath. Can I have a tuna sandwich, please? Then she frowned. Tuna sandwich. Then she smiled. Okay, that's actually useful. Let's practice that one together. She turned toward the camera again. Repeat with me, okay? Asterisk, can I have a tuna sandwich, please? Asterisk. She waited, imagining the audience repeating. Good. And now I'd like a salad, please. She nodded approvingly. Nice. You see, you just ordered lunch in English. Easy. Then she sighed dramatically. Well, maybe not easy when your brain freezes like mine. After a few minutes, the barista returned to her table. Everything okay? She asked. Sarah nodded quickly. A little too fast. Yes. Delicious. The barista smiled. Great. Do you want anything else? Maybe dessert? Sarah hesitated. Dessert? Oh, I love dessert. But then she froze again. Wait, how do I say that? She whispered to herself, I'd like, can I have? Her brain scrambled through the options and she blurted out, yes, I want one cake, please. The barista chuckled. You mean a piece of cake? Sarah blinked, realizing the mistake. Oh, right. One cake sounds like I want the whole cake. The barista laughed softly. Exactly. Sarah's face turned red. No. I didn't mean to sound like a sugar monster, she laughed, shaking her head. Okay, lesson learned. We don't say one cake, we say a piece of cake. She leaned toward the camera, playful again. Repeat with me, okay? A piece of cake. Now say, asterisk, can I have a piece of cake, please? Perfect. Then she looked around and smiled shyly. But honestly, part of me does want the whole cake. She giggled quietly, her tone softening. You know, I used to think every mistake was a failure, but now it feels more like a story, a funny, messy, beautiful story. She paused, stirring her coffee slowly. Every time I say something wrong, I learn a new way to say it, right? And I remember it better because it's connected to a real moment, not a boring grammar book. Her expression softened even more. So maybe